So, understanding culture. So again, almost every book, every business book, or every article that talks in terms of organization, there's these four important elements. Why, why we need to understand culture and why it becomes important. Although I have another slide for that, but here are four elements, and let's talk about them together. Why do you think this is important? So the first idea: culture is unique to every organization. It really answers the question of what makes us different from everyone else. So what are some examples that you have seen in terms of culture? How does this get into play? How do we define this? What elements of the organization might inform this unique culture for every organization?
Are you thinking about like traditions and practices that are special to a particular company that other companies wouldn't have?
Maybe, sure, for sure. So what answers the question, what makes us different from everybody else? It has definitely to do, very good input, Rich. It has to do with the history of the company, the goals, right? And it might be different from organization to organization. How one organization was founded is different from another. The history, how long it's been there, how many employees, all of that, it's unique. So the idea was, as experts define these different buckets and put names into defining cultures, one important idea to keep in mind is culture is unique to every organization, and what works for one might not work for the other, and vice versa. The CEO of SHRM last week, I was in a conference, and he was saying one of the things that he sees organizations do or leaders do that ends up in failing as they try to build cultures is they rush into copying others. They rush into, oh, so-and-so did this, let's replicate this here. And instead of looking inside and asking this question, what makes us different from everybody else? What is it that we want to do and become, your authentic persona, if you will. So yeah, great input. It definitely has to do with that. The second idea is culture begins with purpose. So this answers the question, why do we exist? What comes to your mind when you hear that idea?
Well, why do we do what we do, right? Why? What am I doing? How does it fit into the bigger picture?
Right. Why do we do what we do? Why do we exist? What is that purpose? What is the service that we're providing? If it's a service, what is the outcome? What is, usually the purpose becomes like this bold affirmation of the organizational mission in some cases. Some organizations define this, vision or mission, and sometimes what's missing there is the clear representation of why they exist. What is the purpose of the organization? And sometimes we don't ask that ourselves, right? One of the biggest things I had to do when I decided to start my own business was, well, why do I exist? Why do I want my own business? Not only why do I want it, but what's my purpose? What do I serve, or who do I serve?